One theme, the preferential option for the poor. That's what I want you all to remember and to burn on your hearts. The preferential option for the poor. God obviously loves everyone in a very personal way. But the preferential option for the poor is a teaching that says God has a special care and concern for those who have been deprived, mistreated, abused, marginalized. Those are the people to whom God goes first. And those are the people with whom God works and stands and lives. And when I look at the March on Washington, even though they weren't using that language, what I see at work is the preferential option for the poor. Going all the way back, so the march was first conceived by A. Philip Randolph, who was a major labor leader in the Black community. And that's why it's called the March for Jobs and Freedom. It was about the poverty that was afflicting Black people in this country. So yes, they were pushing for equality in the eyes of the law, a sort of color blindness, you might say, in the justice system, as opposed to the anti-Blackness that had characterized it up to that point, and that we still find it within it. But that was actually only one, if you like, small piece of what they were after. The real dream was material, concrete improvements in the lives of Black poor people. Homes, jobs, schools, healthcare, things that we still need today in those very communities. So God loves all of the poor, regardless of race. But there's something about being poor while Black that's its own particular thing in this country. That's the phrase, doing such and such while Black. Being poor while Black is what the March on Washington was really trying to call attention to. And it is true that over the last 60 years, a number of Black people have made their way through a lot of hard work from poverty into the middle class. But, and there's a big exception here, the middle class is shrinking. The lines between poverty and the middle class are harder to draw. Black and brown communities are those most vulnerable to falling back into poverty once they're in the middle class. And the conditions in poor neighborhoods are not noticeably better than they were in 1963 in terms of the kinds of challenges people are facing. So we still have a lot of work to do, but I think the principles of Catholic social teaching, in particular, the preferential option for the poor, is a very good guide for that kind of work. And so as much as Catholic social teaching supports equality in the eyes of the law, what it's really about is taking up your cross and following Jesus' example of radical love and solidarity. So that's the note I want to leave us with on that.